Hi, I'm Maica reporting for Kids First, and today I'm speaking with Mr. David S. Dawson, who plays Grandpa in the new film Kung Fu Ghost. Mr. Dawson is an award-winning actor, podcaster, and filmmaker. He's known for his writing and editing on Things Happen and his work on The Handler. He is also known for voicing Yoda in Star Wars Toy Stories. Today, we are talking about his role in Kung Fu Ghost, which is out now on video on demand and DVD. Welcome to the show.
Hi there. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Thank you. First of all, you have a lot of credits for editing, writing, and even voice acting. What was it like taking on a lead role in this live action film?
I studied theater at Baylor University a long time ago now, but acting has kind of always been in my blood. I won some awards for it in my high school as well. But I took a long time away from acting and focused on kind of the technical side of making things, lighting and sound and video and editing. And my friend Jennifer Linch, who wrote and directed Kung Fu Ghost and is the lead actress in the film, she was looking for an actor who had Asian descent to play her grandfather. And I thought, well, I'm half Filipino, so I guess I touched on that side of being Asian. So maybe I could help my friend out in making her independent feature film, and it's her first feature film. And I know from my own experience making my first feature film, when you can surround yourself with people who you trust and who you like working with, it can make a really daunting task easier to manage and easier to approach. So I, sent her a message, said, hey, I'd be interested in playing the part. I've got some acting ability and, what do you think? And we met for lunch and she told me the story and we talked a little bit about Grandpa and yeah, it just felt right. And so, she offered me the part and I took it and I spent the next few months working with her and some of the trainers and trying to get my martial arts groove going. And then oddly enough, about 3 weeks before we started shooting the movie, I blew out my knee. And
Oh, wow.
I'm holding a cane in the movie because I'm literally limping around because I had torn my meniscus in my right knee just before we started shooting. So we retooled and I didn't do much Kung Fu in Kung Fu Ghost in the end, but it was a really good time. And I was super happy to see my friend who's a female filmmaker pushing to make her first feature film. And I'm really proud of the work that she's done. She jumped through a lot of hurdles to get this movie completed, and super impressed by her dedication and her drive.
That's great that you guys already had this kind of friendship and it was able to translate onto the screen. And also that you, like you said, you blew out your knee, which is a very unfortunate circumstance, but it's good that you were able to turn that into kind of a character trait for Grandpa, something that he can be known for.
Yeah, well, and it's kind of interesting too, because in my own films, I always try and incorporate something of my parents into what I do. So if I'm directing my own movies, memorabilia theirs will end up being part of our sets, or clothing of my mother will be part of the costuming for a character. So in Kung Fu Ghost, the cane was my mom's cane that she carried around for a number of years towards the end of her life. So I got to kind of carry my mom around with me all through my first feature film role, which was really kind of fun.
Wow, that is great that you had that memento from that. And it probably gave you, a little bit of extra determination for this movie.
Yeah, my mom would have loved seeing me acting. I mean, I acted out a lot around my mom and nobody could make her laugh like I could. And I really think Grandpa would have fit right in with her sense of humor. I think she'd have really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I kind of based some of his really forceful intentions with his granddaughter on my mom, and how you're going to do this, you need to do this.
Right.
Like, okay, Mom.
That Grandpa definitely has that determination. And like you said, that comedic tone. So in what ways were you able to relate to your character? You know, like you said, how your mom was kind of like Grandpa is with his granddaughter.
Yeah, so Grandpa ends up being a blend of a number of different influences for me.
Mm.
So as far as relating to him goes, I think we spoke just before we started the interview. I am approaching 50. I'm getting up there in age, but I have four nephews who I've helped raise, and teaching them has been a major part of my life for the last 18 years. And so I channeled that kind of mentorship position for that. A little bit of the kind of aggressive mentorship that my mom enjoyed.
Right.
But then I based a lot of Grandpa on Pat Morita from the Karate Kid movies, the original Karate Kid films. A lot of his mannerisms, his way of talking, I based off of Pat Morita, including my look. So the bald
Yes.
head, the kind of long goatee, that's very much Karate Kid. Me paying homage to one of my childhood influences there. And then there's a little bit of the Kill Bill influences there with Pai Mei, and then a little bit of, and you're gonna love this, if you've ever seen Jim Henson's movie The Dark Crystal, there's a little bit of Aughra blended into the character as well. So yeah, a couple different influences and a Muppet. So
Wow, there's a lot of people that you can bring in to help you figure out your character. And you just spoke on how, you know, the look for Grandpa with the bald head and everything. And you had to have like excessive makeup to like kind of change your look to fit the grandfather like spirit. What was the application process like?
well, I spent at least 2 hours in the makeup chair every day going into the shoot. You can see my hair right now is like the exact opposite of my Kung Fu Ghost hairdo. So the top of my head, I literally shaved that every day. It wasn't a bald cap.
Oh,
So I
wow.
shaved the top of my head every single day. And then because the top of my head is more pale than my face, our makeup artist blended in the color of my skin to make it all even. Then she added liver spots, and we had to keep those consistent throughout the shoot, right? So she had reference photos, and she's adding liver spots back in every single day. And my hair's gone gray significantly more since we shot the movie. Pandemic was a high stress situation, and my hair went a lot more gray during the last 2 years. But 2 years ago, I was a little gray, not as gray as Grandpa. So every day was an application of gray to my hair. And we went through like 3 or 4 different styles of graying my hair through the course of the shoot.
Hmm.
And we finally ended up on this kind of like grayish metallic silver paint. So it was like painting my hair gray every day. And she did it with a little brush.
That sounds like a
um,
long process there.
so yeah, it was tough. And then she added the lines and the wrinkles and stuff, and made my fingernails more yellowed and cracked looking. So it was a huge process just to get into the character. And then I oftentimes spent as much of the rest of the day in character as Grandpa, because it was hard to get in and out of that voice.
Of course, yeah. Well, I mean, talking to you right now, there's definitely a distinct, difference between you and Grandpa, but it was a great job by, your costume department to help you kind of fit that character description.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, my gi was custom made for me by Adela Custom Designs out of Orange County, Los Angeles. And my makeup artist was Francia Cohen, and she's absolutely stellar. She's a San Diego makeup artist and did a absolutely fantastic job.
I think so as well. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me. I just spoke with David S. Dawson, who plays Grandpa in the new film Kung Fu Ghost. You can catch Kung Fu Ghost now on video on demand and DVD, so make sure you check it out. I'm Maica reporting for Kids First. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss my next interview. See you next time.